Okay.
All right, good morning, everybody, and thank you for coming out here on this beautiful April morning. So, when I became police commissioner, I said I would prioritize roadway safety. We started late last year by forming our street takeover task force. Since its inception, they have issued more than 3,300 summonses, arrested 21 people, and impounded 34 vehicles. And we are extending this pilot program through the rest of the summer. So you're going to see them out there on the roadways at night, making sure that we don't have these individuals coming out here, taking over our roadways and wreaking havoc in Suffolk County. And also, as we acknowledge Distracted Driving Month, I want to announce that we are adding another 9 officers to our Highway Bureau, which will allow us to put another sector car on both the Long Island Expressway and Sunrise Highway, which increases our presence on those roadways by 33% and 25% respectively. So it's going to really add, to what we have out there already, and you're going to see them out there. And I think, everybody is going to feel safer as a result of that. And I would also like to add that starting with our current recruit class, all of our new officers are going to be giving advanced training on drug driving detection, which will allow us to better recognize and deal with the increased use of cannabis and other drugs that we are seeing increasingly on our roadways. Everybody's been in their car driving down the road and smelled marijuana. It's dangerous, it's scary, and our officers now are going to be able to detect that and make arrests in those situations. And please be aware that because we are dealing now, or we are now in distracted driving month, you're going to see an increased presence of all of our officers out there, and they are going to be targeting distracted driving. So please be mindful of that. Be careful. Anytime that you pick up a phone, anytime that you pick up a sandwich, whatever you're doing while you're driving, if it's not paying attention to the road, you're putting everybody, including yourself, in extreme danger. So don't do it. And remember, if you hurt somebody as a result of distracted driving, all right, it's not an accident, it's a choice. And those choices have severe consequences. So just to put it in context, if you're texting and driving, and God forbid you hurt somebody and you hurt them badly, there are going to be severe consequences that could wind up with you going to jail and possibly prison. All right, remember that. It's no different than getting behind the wheel drunk. If you make the choice, and again, it's a choice to drive while texting, while talking on your phone, while being distracted, you're going to pay the price. All right, so please don't do it. It's Distracted Driving Month. We all use the roadways. Our families all use the roadways. Please be careful. Please be safe. Don't put yourself and other people in danger. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm just here to support the commissioner. A few seconds of distraction can cause major pains and accidents and a whole host of other things. We see this all the time. Just driving here, we were stopped at a stop sign, and we're stopped, and we're stopped, and we're stopped. It's a big truck, and I said, you know what? He's probably texting before he moves ahead. We cannot drive and text. We cannot drink and drive. We cannot smoke cannabis and drive, because it reduces our reaction time and creates the possibility of some serious accidents where you harm and hurt people, tie up traffic. It's not going to be tolerated. We're adding 9 officers today to our highway patrol because you should not feel that when you get in the car and you have to drive, that you're really putting your life at risk. So we're going to be out there to protect the public and to make sure that everyone is driving safely and taking care of business, which means paying attention to the road and not being distracted or not being disoriented. So please be considerate. Understand what you learned when you took driver's ed. Keep your eyes on the road, and don't take them off, because even 1 or 2 seconds reaching for something or checking your phone or lighting up is going to be enough to possibly create a serious accident. Let's keep our roadways safe. Let's make sure we can drive safely. I thank the police department and the police commissioner, and we are going to put our resources to make sure that the public stays safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. So I would like to thank County Executive Romaine and Commissioner Catalina for their ongoing commitment to the safety of our officers and the safety of our roadways. As you know, we had one of our officers assaulted in a street takeover. And then we almost had an officer killed, Officer Brendan Gallagher, by a reckless driver. All too often, when police officers are hurt, the sentiment is, oh, well, that's part of the job, and nothing changes. Well, nothing could be further from what is happening here in Suffolk County. What you've seen instead here in Suffolk County has been a masterclass in effective government. Since then, we've added a street takeover team laser focused on this issue. We've had our legislature work on legislation to strengthen our ability to take these cars and crush them. We've had our DA aggressively prosecute these cases. And now our commissioner is adding to that critical layer those highway patrol officers, those officers out there on the LIE, out there on Sunrise Highway, protecting our motorists. Critical. Again, my thanks to both the commissioner and the county executive. This would not be possible if our county executive had not hired the police officers and made a commitment to keeping our department as robustly staffed as it is. Because of that, we have the officers to deploy effectively, and we're keeping our roadways safe. So again, on behalf of our officers, thank you, Mr. County Executive. Thank you, Commissioner.
Does anybody have any questions?
I do, and if you could look that way, I apologize. So the street takeover is a very big deal for you folks. I know you've made arrests and took cars. Is it still a big problem right now going on now, or do you predict it'll be even worse like in the summer months when it's getting warmer?
It's always going to be a problem. We have to stay ahead of them. We do that through using intelligence sources, social media, confidential informants. We have a variety of ways of staying ahead of them. And with that team that specifically focuses on that aspect of law enforcement, on our experts at enforcing that type of law enforcement, we are able to stay ahead of them. But we know they're going to challenge us. We know they're going to be back out here, and we're going to be prepared for it. And we're not going to let them get a stronghold in Suffolk County. Any other questions? Brendan was in a very, very serious assault, I'll say, based on what happened to him. And he's doing okay. His spirits are good, but it's going to be a long recovery for Brendan. And that's one of the reasons that we're out here doing what we're doing, is we don't want to see anyone else hurt, a police officer or a citizen like Brendan got hurt by a lunatic on the road driving 120 miles an hour. Nobody should have to deal with that. And, it's our goal moving forward to make sure nobody does.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Good to see you again.
All right, you too.
Thank you. And we're willing to put more people on it in the summer.